You guys never don't deliver. You never don't deliver. Why the fuck did it take me so long to get here? I love you guys. My name is Trish Law. I'm a trauma-informed life coach. My job is to help you get out of your head and into your heart so you can live the best, most authentic, superpower, unfuckwithable life ever. Jessica's got this question. So, what is there to do when you know something was a trauma, but your brain has blocked most of it? Yet I know it happened, yet I can't remember all the details. This is where, go back and check the ego one out, because I think that'll be helpful, because the ego wants to know everything. The ego's like, I need to know every detail in order to heal. That's absolutely not how it works. This is why the work that we're talking about is so much deeper than how we could conceptualize it. So Jessica, let me just make sure that you feel at ease. You don't have to remember this to heal it. So you ever heard the expression, you hold your issues in your tissues? Have you guys ever heard that? Almost every single solitary disease that we have can be directly traced back to an unprocessed emotion. So this is why I cannot stress enough feeling your shit. And sometimes trauma doesn't show up as like all this trapped emotion and triggers. Sometimes it actually shows up in the physical body as some unnamed pain we can't identify, or some gut issue, or some lower back shit, or TMJ. I'm telling you, it's amazing how many times I've seen people transform their physical body, even if they don't have conscious memory of a traumatic event that occurred. We just have to listen to the body. So if you want to dig a little deeper into this, I have lower back stuff right now. I probably am holding on to something. The Body Keeps the Score is a book that you need to own. The Body Keeps the Score. It's by Wes Vanderholk, and it's game-changing. Now, I teach a somatic form of breath work that is basically like Wim Hof on crack. It is directly related to releasing trauma. We can talk about that later, and I can break that down for you. In fact, I might even do like a workshop for us that we can all get together and experience that breath work. But let me get my shit together. But more importantly, if you can't identify the memory in your brain, I guarantee there's some sort of physical pain in your body or in your emotional experience that you can start to point to. The brain wants to have everything figured out. The brain's like, exactly how do I break this down? All you have to do is feel your shit. We are so used to disembodying, like detaching from our bodies. When I'm working with clients, I get a lot of weird analogies and signals and signs. Like it's almost like I have a library of information from my weird, crazy, intuitive brain when I'm working with a client. And one of the cues that I get when a client is disembodied, which means they've detached from their physical experience and their emotional experience, I see the scene from Beetlejuice where the legs are on one couch and the torso, or on one chair and the torso is on the other chair. And that's really like the definition of disembodiment, which means that you leave your body and rely only on your brain to work through some of these emotional experiences. As we've said before, that doesn't work. So what I would suggest, Jessica, is your body is never going to bring up something you're not ready to process. So what we're used to doing is and please stick with me on this because it's really weird, but you're just going to have to trust. We're all witches. Let's just be witches for a minute. Let's just be witchy about it. Can we do that? Can we agree that we can do that? In our witchiness, we're going to not categorize any physical pain or any emotional pain as bad, which is typically what the traditional medical model wants us to believe, because they love to make money off that. Instead, what we're going to do is empower ourselves to sit with the discomfort and let it speak to us and through us. In other words, we're going to drop and download into the body, whether it's physical pain. And for some reason, Jessica, I'm getting the sense that you probably have some sort of physical pain. There's issues in your tissues. I'm telling you, if you sit with that and you don't think of it as a problem and literally engage with that sensation in your body, whether it is a physical pain or an emotional pain, and give it permission to speak. Don't assign language to it. Remember, the body only speaks through emotion and sensation, right? Let the body speak. It's going to start to shift and change. That is the cellular memory being acknowledged, and watch how you begin to process it. I'm telling you, you're probably going to sit with that for a few minutes and you might start to cry. You know, oh, this is important to say. What stays inside of you will make you sick. What stays in you will make you sick. What comes out of you won't. So when you cry, when you express yourself, you're instantly going to feel better. Like I said, I'm going to try to put together a workshop for us. Let me get my shit together in the next couple weeks. Would you guys like that? We get together, we have a workshop, we break this stuff down, we do maybe some breath work as a family. Oh my God, wouldn't that be so fun? And we can see what happens. So if you guys are interested in that, leave me a comment. I promise I'll get my shit together. You guys know, obviously at this point, I have ADHD. I have a great assistant. We'll figure it out. But does that make sense? You hold your issues in your tissues, let that thing shift and change, speak to it. Not speak to it, like, what are you trying to say? Give it permission to speak to you, and the body will process it. And it's not going to bring up something you're not ready to process. Just sit with it, and we'll keep going. So get that book, guys. The Body Keeps the Score, especially if we're going to do the workshop together. It would be kind of cool because we're going to unpack a bunch of that shit. Oh my God, this is so fun. I feel like I have all my sisters and my family. I love you guys so much. You have no idea what you mean to me. I love you so much. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you for letting me fly my freak flag. I'm going to go into Starbucks. I got a couple of strategy sessions. I love you guys so much. Happy Friday.